can count on me to show up anyway. So, randomly in the middle of my day, I realized, like, fuck, I'm not gonna stream on Friday. What if I stream tonight? And I decided that probably, I would say, like 6 hours ago, I decided I was gonna stream tonight. Um, and yet, even though I felt ready to do it in the moment, I wasn't able to. And now that I am, it's like, how did 6 hours go by? From then to now. But actually, like, I had some other stuff to do. That's why I don't usually stream on Wednesdays. But I'm skipping Friday, so I was like, "Fuck it, we can do a little bit." And I was in the mood, you know. Lately, I feel like I've shared this, like, beyond the PMDD journey, but my intuition's been feeling really blocked. But the message from probably late October season, late October or Libra season, um, we said that things would start to make sense by Aquarius season. And there is this sense of intuition being much stronger than usual, which I think is super Aquarian. Aquarian energy has always been very in tune, not necessarily intuitive, but in tune, right? Because like Scorpios are intuitive, where they just inherently know things and manifest things easily and just guide the flow almost. Whereas Aquarius energy will tune into what's going on around them, what's going on with other people more than a Scorpio would. If that makes sense. Which I have both placements, so I'm like, okay, feel that. Also, I'm not wearing any makeup and I don't feel like I look bad, but I do feel like I'm losing face every time I move my head. I'm like, is that Ghost Girl? Is she made an appearance? I feel so pale and like colorful still somehow. I'm fresh out the shower, man. I need a blank canvas tomorrow. Why the fuck would I do a full face right before I'm about to sleep? This is not going to be a long stream. I titled it Sleep Now, I promise, because you probably should be sleeping. And also because the theme of the day, collectively between three people, was like, what was it? Sleep? Infinite sleep, not death, but maybe. Dinos and Divas, Extinction Edition. So that's the vibe. Okay. Things to note from this week? Well, a lot, I think. Again, I felt really blocked, so I took an unmovable object and slid it over. Said, listen, I'm an unstoppable force. You have to move. Listen, listen, unmovable objects don't move. But if you just slide it over, it's like I'm not asking you to go anywhere. I'm just gonna whoop and just whoop. Fuck it. I'll whoop if I have to. Nobody cares. So blockages unblocked. Intuition must be strong. Everyone's is. I'm noticing it in the laymen. That's like what you would call it with the church, right? Like people who aren't readers or anything, or even interested in the psychic stuff. Um, their intuition's been spot on, spot on, spot on. The past, probably just since Aquarius season started, and probably only for a few more days of Aquarius season ending. And well, that's just gonna be interesting. I think it's like take everything with a grain of salt, but also if stuff is just intuitively coming to you, you're like, what am I having these thoughts for? There's a good chance they are um, the truth setting you free. Good chance of that. So again, grains of salt, but grains of sand and sands of time. And move your ass or it's glass. 444. Let's run the ads. Okay, I'll be right back. No, honestly, I think the thing that distracts me the most in a day is me. I don't think it's anything external. I think the thought of myself, the sight of myself, or the reaping of the things I've sown myself, all 100% distractions. The other things seem to come pretty easy. Find a rhythm if it's outside of yourself. But in there, it's more like ping pong, bing bong, fuck your life. Yeah. So, what are you gonna do? I think because we had this like weird sleepy theme going on, mostly because I knew I was starting this hella late. I thought I was like, oh, it's early enough where I could be ready in time. And then I was like, you know what? I've been walking miles and miles a day. I just need to sit down sometimes. The fuck? Why not? And as much as it seems like everything I do is for myself or for the pleasure of it all, which like somewhat it is because staying sane is a huge part of any job, right? But you know, the fuck around find out is for the greater good of mankind. I'm kind of joking, but also it was like the fortune teller or whatever the fuck. I prefer time traveler to fortune teller. I feel like that's one and the same, and it's really like hard to explain, so I probably won't. But I don't know if it's really fortune telling as much as it's foresight sometimes. Like a week ago, knowing exactly what flowers to buy and what name to say, and then a week later, hearing it said again and again. It's just, it's weird, right? But I gotta go live out these experiences so that I can receive like the external messages or what's for other people. I have to be able to wiggle it out of myself or get in touch with everything like every pretty much every waking moment. When I'm outside, I talk to God and I speak to this guy and I talk to the trees like I always have, right? Always, always, always have. Um, Again, growing up in Michigan was basically like growing up in the woods, but not like backcountry woods, but like fuckery in the woods, you know, like when you're a kid and you just go get lost for hours on end, or as a teenager, you like go smoke pot in them, or as an adult, other shit. So just, you know, general, general shenanigans in the trees. But even as a kid, I think that they speak to me. So very big Lorax energy. Sure, we'll take that. I always carried Captain Planet, etc. But there's just something about life that no matter how bad it seems to be getting on a planetary scale or even on an individual scale, there's just something about it that feels so worth living and so worth putting life into and love into. And something so simple and so easy about being able to generate that, simply put, as if we were someone's battery, but who would really care? I mean, like, if both parties benefit, then what the fuck does it really matter, right? If there's like an equal give and take, equal exchange. Some things are kept secret for a reason, as I would have said 6 years ago, but present day, we're getting to the point where the truth shall be told. Um, Lies never hold, right? Can't act bronze if you want the gold. Um, Shit, man. So much ado about nothing. Much ado about nothing. I don't know why that's coming to mind. Maybe Shakespeare. Oh, I think Friday I was gonna do the dead readings, but I don't even know who. There was nobody coming through. That's why I got to the point where I was like, I don't know why I can't hear anybody anymore. And it's like, oh, all these living people are like, you know. And that's when it dawned on me that it's like borderline psychic and not just psychic, not psychosis. Not just necromancy, right? Where it's like, damn, Claire audience gives me range, you know. I hate that. It's insane, honestly. It blows me away. And I'm sure it's hard for like a non-believer, a non-practitioner to really understand, though most people who watch this Twitch stream probably do understand, but on the off chance that you're just scraping on what I'm doing, it's hard a lot. And what I do is a lot different than what most of the tarot community is doing. Keep that in mind. Bear with me. I'm gonna play 3 more minutes of ads here. And then I think I gotta pull out the dream deck. We got the Guardian of the Night Tarot. Good. That is for dream interpretations, which hasn't really come up yet. I feel like that was my first thought. But really, it's to access the Akashic recordings, which I feel it was a very honorable gift to receive from this witch who gave me this deck, and from Spirit, and for everything. Like, I can read the Akashic now. I never understood how that worked until it worked for me, I suppose. And then also ties into sort of the guidance that goes along with um, like shadow work, dark nights of the soul, when you're really struggling to the point where you're like, I no longer have a resolve, and everything around me feels like it's dissolving in itself, and there's nothing left. If I take all of that away and lose my identity or my ego, it's really not about killing the ego as much as it's about deflating it. Having an ego is what makes life interesting because it allows us to be able to talk to each other. It allows us to have personality. It allows us to have opinions. And those things have never been bad. But there's the inflated ego, which in psychology would be referred to as the superego. So it's really like death to the superego, but it's not as catchy. So it's just really about deflating the ego so that it's not in super mode. Because if you kill your whole ego, you become nothing and you just are in a waking life of sleepy, maybe fuck, and die. Fight, fight or flight, survival mode if you leave yourself with just id. So you have to be able to connect with your ego rather than just kill it. I feel like that's bad advice. And people who kill their ego just end up outing themselves of competition, right? Because you have to have some sense of ego to have a sense of individuality and have a sense of personality and have a sense of who you are and even a purpose. Because ego is a state of consciousness. There's nothing inherently wrong or inherently evil with ego. It's just self importance, over desirance, and other things of that nature when it gets to the super level. I wish id, ego, and super ego is kind of lame, and I wish there was a shorter alternative word for that. Id, ego, and supa. Like, just cut it, supa. We just call it supa from now on. I don't even care. It sounds way better than saying ego twice. That seems redundant. So we'll play these ads. We'll have an hour of uninterrupted stream. I'll use this deck. I might pull out the Halloween Oracle. Because the Halloween Oracle is my channel of the deceased deck. But I also use it for shadow work readings. And I feel like that's a very important message because if people's intuitions are being very clear right now, then there needs to be a look at the self and why the things that are happening because things aren't. working out. Like nothing's working out. Kind of across the board. We see it in everything that's happening right now. It's like nothing anybody's doing is working. So we need to, first of all, radically accept that. And second, figure out a new plan. Right? Like that's this chemical spill in Ohio is not something, it's something that in the Midwest everybody's at least talking about, and all the news sources covered it, and everyone's like, we're not talking about, well, you want us to just stress about it? What do you want us to do? We're pretty much all breathing in the air, and how, who knows how much of a radius, because everybody around that area has been complaining about their allergies being a little more intense, and like just feeling like, I don't know, it just seems like, how do we know that something didn't, you know, airborne? So things were intense, but covering it, talking about it is like the best we can do. They're still trying to figure out what it the fuck is. Like that should be pretty, that should be pretty concerning to us to some degree, is that they didn't even really know what the fuck was on the train and who's fessing up to it, and do they even understand what that was, right? I just got craving for spinach pie. I don't know if somebody is eating spinach pie right now. That would be wild. Or if you're Greek, or if if you just like spinach pie, or you were thinking about that. Um, Spinach pie just popped into my head. But I don't know if something I said you experienced while you were like sitting eating something and you were watching a TV about that, or something weird. I don't know. It's like creepy, and like oddly specific, and yet incredibly vague. So let's just roll the ads. All right. My point really was like, why stress? What are we gonna do? Why stress about it? Are you gonna go clean it up? No, no. We have to actually stay away from it, and it already happened. And now, yeah, there's like this mushroom cloud of death over. Ironically enough, East Palestine, Ohio. The fuck were y'all even doing? With I can't even unpack the colonialism in this country. But if I were to, that's I would start with that very ironic gesture. So, what are we gonna do? I think you just have to constantly make the world a better place. I don't think emphasizing how bad of a place it is really going to help anything, but constantly trying to make it better and figure out ways to make it better, at least talking about how it could be better, is the only solution to literally any problem. It's kind of, I mean, that's just kind of how I see it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm an ideas man, a solutions guy, somebody like that. So, oh, let's actually roll the S this time over here. ASMR. But the S stands for stoner. um, yo, I was thinking about like um a lot of stuff. Not just Valentine's Day or dating. It's just like levels of compatibility truly do matter. Where like I completely understand looking past someone's flaws or like accepting someone for who they are or like being supportive and working through things for sure. I understand that perspective. But compatibility is like way too important to not be flexible in the situation. Because like you said, it's like I'm too busy today, but Valentine's Day sucked. So where's the balance? You know? Or I'm like um being like poly by nature or even being bisexual could be hard. Pan really, because even harder, right? Um, but it's also like my life's not really geared towards. I'm not after a relationship being the end goal. A lot of people's end goal is like a relationship, I think. And it's like, oh, well, I mean, that's cool along the way, but the way is more getting my business off the ground and feeling like established in myself and having independence and owning a home and having a car that was made maybe less than 20 years ago or whatever. You know what I mean? There's never really ever been a time in my life where I could recall like pining after a wedding or a husband or children or anything like that. Where it's like if it comes up, it comes up. Um, yeah, oh my god, that's so unfortunate. But that's the thing, if someone like needs more than that, or like doesn't want to wait for things to be less busy, or you know what I'm saying, compatibility is important on that level where like if someone's in a hurry to do something, if someone really wants the relationship really, and rather than just values you, um, then it's just incompatibility, you know, because the right person, you know, it just works in a sense. That's a good sign. You know, I was gonna say something, but I think it just would have been too painfully and perhaps even What is obstinate? Why did that word come to mind? Too painfully, obviously personal. If I said what I was thinking just now about people, like he's not saying this about you, but I'm thinking about like, oh, I don't have time for you as a concept, but then also I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm clairvoyant, but I am. Not gonna say I'm clairaudient, but I am. Not gonna say I'm claircognizant, but I am. Not gonna say I'm a third eye open, but I am. Okay. So it's interesting if someone can dedicate like all of their time to thinking about someone that they would also think that they don't have time for that person when all of their time is already because it's come up a lot. It's not just like, I mean, it's like painfully personally obvious or whatever, but it's also like it's come up in a lot of readings, man. It's not just my readings, it's readings I hear, it's readings I've been doing for people. It's people coming to me with their needing some solutions for certain problems. This like stalker energy is coming up high. And it's just like, what do y'all want? And then, oh, act busy when they look. Like, oh, no, 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 time for that. Okay. um, again, that wasn't for you. When I said personal, I was like, hey, stalker. No, I'm kidding. I don't even know who's viewing right now. How would I know? How would I know? Um, it's just been a vibe. Hey, Dom. I wasn't really talking about. Oh, hey. Hey, oh, God. I can't. I can't. How's it going? Little spring chickie Bart. That looks like a chick, like a little baby chicken chick, but also like Bart Simpson, but then also like emojis. And I really like it a lot, actually. It's very goofy. Oh my god, that's so fun. I need emotes. It's on the list of endless things that I'm always doing. I don't I don't love spending all my time on a computer though. I already spend so much, like even just the streams is me staring at a screen for 6 hours straight usually. Like it's very hard to get motivated to do work on the computer. It is so annoying. I want to be in real life. Oh my god. But we did have the in-person readings. Oh my god, they're all Bart Simpson. Is what okay. I see what you mean. This is literally a treasure trove of Bart Simpson. Amazing. Very amazing. I really like that a lot. That's pretty brilliant. I think my favorite one is this one because I have that energy a lot. Just this. Or the one next to it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Sometimes I'm just deer in headlights. People are like, what's wrong? I'm like, what? Nothing. No, I'm fine. You know what I was thinking about today, by the way? So I I'm in my born this way era. I know I like change my ways every day. I think in the past week we went from like goodbye Earl to Veronica Mars to now we're saying my Nebraska, Nebraska, I love you tour. Born this way. But that song, You and I, right? It's a sit back down. You know, I love that song. I'm figuring out how to sing it because I'm not that good at it. And I did it for karaoke one time and I never forgave myself for how bad it was, no matter how much I practiced it. So now I'm learning that if I sing it low and go high and my high is mid, it's all right. But if I try to like start mid and go higher, singing that song, I'm like Lady Gaga is the one, you know? So she reminded me, it was just a funny thing. It's just a funny thing to listen to her sing that song about someone who just like really hated on her and shit on her and was like, you'll never be worth the shit. I don't believe in you. You'll never be famous. You're kind of silly and ridiculous, and you're in a bar in Nebraska. And what are you gonna do about it? Wearing your fucking probably platforms because it's Lady Gaga. And she was like, you know what? Bet. She was just like, bet. And then 6 years later, she put out that song. You better sit back down where you belong in the corner of the bar with your high heels on. Sit back down on the couch where we some something about this place. Ooh, 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 ooh. You know, um, there's a Spite song. It's very romantic. It's very, very beautiful, but it's a Spite song, and I love that for her. And I don't even think she knew the man. I think it really was a random bar owner in Nebraska, and she was on tour, and nobody showed up to her show, and she was just like, "Fuck you, dude. Good luck even not seeing my face." And we got the most beautiful song on one of the best albums of all queer time. Yeah, I literally love that album so much. I'm so pissed off that okay, I've said I'm 30, so I graduated in 2010. I don't know if that's mind blowing to y'all. Young people hit on me all the time, which I find flattering, honestly, and also no thank you. Um, because I don't know if they think I'm young or if they just think I'm still cool. Age means so little to me. It kind of always has. It's just, the uncomfortable, questionable age gaps. Um, when you involve teens or just barely was teen, if you have to put teen in the age, it's just not okay. I'm sorry. I don't. It's just it. And if you're like, well, they're 20 now. Are you 9, Dom? Yeah, that makes sense. No, come on. You're like 19. I know there's like a lot of teen boys on this channel. It's weird for me because I've always been like 25 and up, 21 and up, and have it set to like mature content. Didn't realize it was like still gonna be 18-year-old. But that's what I'm saying. If I can, so cute. So if I can still connect with the youth, I feel like I'm not that old. I do feel young. That's what I'm saying. I don't even think 50 plus is approaching old. I feel like you are old when you stop working. Like I think being old has no age because like Betty White was a grandmother her whole life, but she was never really old. She just randomly died at the age of 99. Because that's like you get to level 99 and then 100 is level 1 somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like she's perfect. Perfect. But she was never really like old. She just always had a grandma vibe to her. Even in her youth, she always had the grandma haircut and kind of wore conservative clothes and got her start in the 50s, and she just always had that aesthetic and that motherly kind of grandmotherly, but she was very young, spirited. She made fun of herself all the time. She was willing to do like gag video. Like I think about that Snickers commercial. Like if you're gonna do an endorsement as a rich person, make it something you can stand on. Betty White she was hilarious about that. Like literally you're not hungry. You're not you when you're hungry. And it's Betty White trying to fucking beat ass on the fucking football field. Instead of just these stupid fucking billionaires who are like buying this thing. It's like, ew, who did you become? Who were you ever at that point? Where it's like you already have all this money and you like still are gonna take these random contracts from these random companies that aren't even in your industry. That's weird. That's where it becomes creepy. That's where it like enters conspiracy territory for me because I don't even know. But look, it's 44444, and there's 4 viewers. Boom. Love that for us and for you. So whatever. I mean, it's like if it were you, would you do it? Maybe I will, and someday you guys can remind me of that, and I'll be like, damn, yeah, fuck you guys. But you're cool though, you know. So Betty White, sure, she took a Snickers thing, but at least she made like a wonderful piece of comedy and an episode of commercial history. That's one of the greatest commercials of all time. Was watching Betty White try to play football and get pissed off. I think that was yeah. So that was art. It wasn't just like a random endorsement. So, anyways, what's up, y'all? I was gonna play more ads before we got into the tarot, and I also feel like we're having that full spring kind of thing where it's been like 40s and 50s all week. So I've been outside a lot and loving life, and it's gonna be cold again. And I feel like my allergies are on 1,000, like an absolute 1,000. Um, the part of me, I'm also barefaced. It's so weird. It looks like I have no eyelashes, and it looks like I'm wearing eyeshadow, and it looks like my lips are really dark. Is that like normal? No, it's fine. It's just the lighting. Okay. Just checking. Do I look like slightly deathly? No. Do I? I don't know. I just am like staring at the chat or off in space and just like, and then every time I catch myself, I'm like, oh my God, do I look like a zombie? This is my face. Okay. So we'll roll again. This is probably gonna be a short night because it started like so late. What the fuck? I wasn't gonna stream today. I don't usually stream Wednesdays, but I won't be able to stream Friday because I have plans. And more fun stuff to tell you about come Sunday again. Maggie from Ted from TWD. The Walking Dead. Oh, okay, yeah. Somebody did you say someone else? And then I was like, wow, yeah, someone said the Lori chick. What's her name? She's always a traitor, dude. Um, she's fucking yeah, she's in X-Files. Yeah. I'm way more Maggie, I think. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad we did clear that up though. Like, okay, I'm gonna roll the ad so we have just like uninterrupted ad time. And so I can have more Oreos or something. Okay, so before we get into tarot, okay, damn, what was I just thinking about? I know it sounds corny when I say stuff like, "Oh, I gotta go wander around and connect with nature and interact with people to understand what's going on in the outer world or inner world or whatever," but it's true. Um, yeah, I got you. I couldn't do it. It's boring to me, but I think like I just don't want to manifest that stuff into reality. So I'm watching stuff like, okay, maybe some alien comedy shows. That's great. Um, not super historic based stuff is cool. Many, but when it comes to like, oh, future apocalypse situations, I'm like, no thanks, man. I will hard pass on that. So there was so many things I thought today, that I was like maybe wanting to share, and that's how I ended up doing tarot tonight in the first place, which I haven't done any tarot yet. I will. I'm feeling so drained. I don't know, maybe the allergies thing is kicking my ass, or it's more than allergies, but I'm feeling really like, once again, unblocking energies from my life and intuitively feeling like I'm still on the right path, or like seeing things for what they are, or experiencing it in a different way from a new perspective, what have you. But then like still being physically drained. I'm like, okay, what else do I gotta do? And that's why I'm like running up that hill, right? Like just Kate Bushing out here. Wish there was more Bush involved, quite honestly. More Kates, if you will. Like I am just trying to make a deal with God. I don't know. Maybe you don't make deals with God. It, maybe it wasn't a deal at all that I was trying to make with God. Would never want to swap our places ever. Why would I ever want to be God? Sounds like a fucking hard job. Sounds like the worst, most important job in the world. Who would ever want that kind of responsibility, man? That's literally, there is this disease that runs in my family that kind of causes them to all eventually close their eyes completely, and some of them iconically have had to get their eyes stapled open. Um, so I probably just have that, and like I'm look like this regardless. But like, yeah, you can tell that I'm ready to go to bed in a sense. But I never sleep at this time, even when I'm not streaming. So I know, no matter how tired I am, I know when I'm gonna toss and turn. I can feel it in my soul when I'm like, nah, I gotta get some shit out. Like there's so much, almost like there's stuff to purge. But at this point, the healers have already purged those who seek healing. And now people who are remaining or choosing to be unhealed are doing the purging. And we, as people who have already detoxed, or people who are healers, or people who practice some kind of medicine, they are relying on us. They're like hoping we can help them purge what they're purging. And so we have this residual like I feel fine, but I also feel drained and full of allergy mess. Like it's weird, I'll just randomly sneeze, or, cough more when I hit the bong. But I'm still very active and very sharp and very mentally there, which usually if I'm sick, I'm not. Right? Like I'm pretty focused and pretty driven the past couple days, and feeling, like I said, very open. I feel better being outside. I think it's the seasonal changes and probably the chemicals, right? I love chemicals. Love chemical smells. I realized the other day when I was talking about like my alien taste buds and I said burnt toast, I just didn't know if I emphasized, like, I don't like it burnt on the top. I like it burnt all the way through. I realized recently, like, burnt on top toast is like very normal to me, normal toast, but it's not nearly the same level of delicacy as like when that bitch is charred all the way through. Like, that's what I like crave for some reason. probably my alien genetics, if I would have to guess. And so maybe the chemical spill in Ohio, I'm just like going out there breathing it in from miles and miles and miles away, being like, hey, I love that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's like reverse psychology or something. Not sure. So, yeah, I feel like people who can't heal themselves or don't even acknowledge that they need to be healed or need to change in any way are relying on people who have already done the work to like do it for them to a degree. And even if we're willing to do it, they can't get this. And so it's making them almost more obsessive and more clingy at the distance they're at, to where it's like draining the energy because they're like so fixated on this thing instead of just directly asking for help. Yeah. I feel that. That's how my PMDD is like that. And now I'm moving into my good week, which is why I'm like, if I'm sick, I might freak the fuck out. Cause like I was so sick over the winters, so many months where I was like, all right, I need to take care of this shit that is clearly making me sick. There was this message that I delivered, and then I heard it in a tarot reading from someone else, like on YouTube or whatever. And I was like, oh fucking A. Where I had said and they had said that you're sick because you're not expressing emotions or something like that, or someone is making you sick because they're holding back emotions and shit like that, where I was like, man, that explains why I was more sick this past year than I was any other time. Because it's about the same time the stalker energy arrived, right? Um, yeah, insomnia is strange because it's like I don't necessarily have insomnia. I definitely have nights where I can't sleep as much because, like, I'll wake up with cramps so bad that I like wake up from pain and it's like, oh, I only slept for 5 hours, but now I can't fall back asleep because I have cramps. And by the time they fucking stop, calm down, or get sedated, I'm not gonna want to go back to sleep. So I guess this is how we're starting the fucking day. And then there's days where it's like, damn, I stayed up way too long. I got so much shit to do. I actually want to do it. I'm just going to stay up, right? But I don't even think I'm an insomniac because for the most part, I can sleep for 8 hours if I just really want to. And a lot of times I do. I'm just nocturnal, is what it is for me. Where it's like I said, I'm really tired. I could lay down. I'd probably take a nap if I would have tried to go to sleep when I started the stream. And then woken up and been up till some silly hour of the morning, like even though I'm tired. So I'm like more nocturnal than insomniac. But I will go on no sleep benders because I stopped doing drugs. Okay, so it's like a little fun. Sorry, I'm wild. I'm child free auntie. Cool. Even though nobody fit with it, you know what I mean? It's what are you gonna do? It's like a lifestyle. Sorry, I'm a fucking rock star or something. Okay, like haters can fucking hate. Man. I don't know. I'm just teasing. But yeah, no, I don't imagine this stream is gonna last too long. I definitely want to sleep. And I definitely do smoke so much weed and don't even want to half the time. But either one, it's integrated into my routine, or two, it's like just medicinal needs. Like I smoke on stream to stay liquid and stay calm on camera to ease my anxieties, especially on days like the past couple days. I've been really insecure and unsure of myself because I'm going through the transition of coming down from like the emotional roller coaster that is the period part of the PMDD, right? Like the actual menses. And then coming down and being completely depleted of like everything. and my body like regenerating all of its hormones and all of its brain chemicals and revamping, but being like, oh shit, everyone hates me. I don't know what I'm doing. That was so bad last week because I was mentally unwell from being on my period or living in hell. I don't know which one, both at the same time, usually. So, um, it's a lot. Uh, that sometimes, yeah, when I'm in a period of creativity, I'll just skip sleeping. I'll just say fuck it and just do what I gotta do because I only get about 2 good weeks every month. But the in between those 2 good weeks are really hard because I do get this like really terrible anxiety where everything feels so, I don't know how to explain that. I feel like a raw nerve, but it's not a painful thing. It's like I'm aware of every fucking centimeter of my body from the inside out, mostly in my limbs, but it's like this like self-consciousness on a physical level that makes you mentally self-conscious. Um, because I don't know, you just this the anxiety of your body being overcome with estrogen, basically. Like I physically feel that every month. I'm so, yeah, so over it. Crazy like cold weather. I do not like cold weather. I am adjusting to cold weather just in case the weather is always cold. And I try to get outside as much as possible regardless. But when it's really cold, I'm like, fuck it, I'll try again next week. Don't care. I will not leave the house for days on end if I don't feel like it. But I try to like go for daily walks regardless. Um, yeah, I don't know. Cycles are tough. Cycles are totally tough. But I'm coming back to being like leveled out and um, having like a grounded sense of reality and being, wholly myself for a couple days and then start ovulating and be an insane person. But the insane person that everyone loves, A lot of winters should do anything for a good story, right? Okay, so we should all go to sleep. Let's do the dream cards and just wrap it up. I was gonna try to make it 2 hours because people never watch the short replays. It's so weird to me. Like, I don't know, when you're chatting live and like while I'm streaming, it's like a bunch of people in and out. So I don't know if people just watch like 20 minutes of a replay, but then also, why wouldn't you watch a shorter one if you're not watching the whole thing? I always thought it was so weird that people will watch 6-hour stream replays, but they rarely watch three or under. It gets very odd. You can even see it right now on my fucking replay videos where it goes from like over 100 to 50-ish every time I do a video under 5 hours. It's really random. It's really strange. So it's like, oh, well, this is just for us then. That's beautiful. I just can't get this song out of my head because when the weather's nice and the sun is shining, it just makes you feel some type of way, I guess. All those buzzing around your head, will they fly in the air? You comb your hair, and the summertime will make you reach the mosquito bite. I'm in my Nebraska I love you era. The Born This Way era. Yeah, so I graduated high school 2010. That's not a secret. But like straight girls still liked Lady Gaga back then. 'Cause it was like Poker Face Alejandro era, and it was like, oh, She was so cringe to me. I was not about it. I was into like drugs and 90s rock and was like, yeah, no, a lady who? And then, of course, Born This Way came out in 2011. And as one of the quietly queer but queer associated kids, I mean, I guess I was bi in high school too, but as one of those kids, it was just a punch in the gut to realize that Lady Gaga was in fact for the gays. You know, like that was if I had Born This Way in high school, I just because it still moves me to tears to this day. Like it still makes me cry. Um, Hearing so many tracks off that album, but especially that fucking song. So fucking good. So I'm gonna roll one more set of ads. I doubt I'll make it a full hour, so I don't know why you would even try to achieve that full hour of uninterrupted ads, but try one more. We'll try. We'll see. I'm ready to open the deck. Okay, so you cannot read that at all. Really, can you? No, you cannot. But I like it. I like that it's borderline illegible. Yeah, it's really cool. So hopefully that clears things up for everyone else. Welcome, welcome to the tarot side of things with the me, Illuminati. Stacks. We're doing Guardian of the Night Tarot. Remember, without darkness, there is no light. This deck is cool because I don't have to pull a lot of cards to say a lot because it's Akashic Records for you. It's a stream of consciousness in its own way. And consciousness of not only the collective, but a collective history of consciousness. Very cool. Best as best described in Donnie Darko, right? Like ooh, lots of cards on the side. Fuck. What the fuck's going on? Okay, so this is once again guidance for these hardships and dark times. Could be dream interpretations if any of the animals or symbols come up, or if someone in your dream is represented in one of these readings, and then also once again Akashic recordings. So the thing with the Akashic is like it is historic and it is on a soul level and it is like what has happened with your soul amongst other souls, like over the course of time, you know? So I don't believe you. I don't believe you. No, just for everyone. I don't really do personal readings on this channel. That's what I literally just added to my Be Right Back screen. That I just don't do personal readings on here. It is simply a vibe. It is simply like our time together, not your time with me, right? And I never understood that. So yeah, this is crazy. I said it probably won't be that many cards. It's so many cards. It's so many cards. There's so much going on because the whole theme right now, I even heard in a reading today, I like, you know, I'm at the point where I, you know, I'm asked for readings all the time, but I ask for them and no one really ever commits, right? And it's almost like, damn, I'm the one with the insight. I'm the one with second sight. If they all come to me, well, I have to be able to come to me too. And so it takes a lot for me to give myself a reading. It takes like a lot for me to want to even tap in and hear my own messages. But now really is a time of truth where if you've been receiving any intuitive messages, if you are remembering your dreams at all, if you are hearing something repeatedly or in your head or kind of like a voice, just trust all of those things as signs, but only for the next few days because it was something that it's knowledge coming in during Aquarius season specifically. Okay, and the reason that's important is because Pisces is very deceptive. Waters can be very murky. So when we have Pisces season coming up, just enjoy it, party, go with the flow, do your thing. But know that whatever you learn or find out or understand in Aquarius season, even if it's intuitive, is the truth. Is the truth. So if they try to go back on that word, yeah, you are still an Aquarius. If they try to go back on a word or try to change the story in like a week from now rather than 3 days, you already know the truth. And then springtime, it'll all be anew. So it's just the end of the year. Time to get rid of some things. Trying to get going. Take off. Fucking maybe take off will come out sometime. That'd be lovely. It's funny how I thought of Takeoff right now. I said Takeoff. I thought of him, of course, R.I.P. And then immediately I thought of that interview he did on the radio where he said, like, no one buys my flowers now, but they'll buy flowers for my funeral. And they did shortly after. And right now, thinking about takeoff, I heard I should have bought you flowers. Should have held your hand. Give you all my hours. And when I had the chance, take you to every party because all you wanted to do was dance. But now my baby's dancing, and she's dancing with another man. But he realizes he should have been buying flowers too. He could have been better at that. He could have been a little bit more, forward with his expressions of love, his gift givings, his celebrations and support. It does go both ways. And he realized that he did eventually get the credit he deserved. But at the same time, like in those early days, in his high school years, his sweethearts, and over time, someone named Tamara or something, like he just wished he bought him flowers. Probably never did actually buy anyone flowers. And he felt like it was ironic. Not like before he had money, he felt like it was ironic he would say that when that was something so new to him in this sense of like, no, even when I don't think he ever bought anyone flowers. And that was his karmic lesson in that, and in saying that, and then seeing his, you know, wow. I wonder if he's a fire sign. Quavo's an Aries. This is too many cards. This is no longer reading. This is just channeling at this point. This is just so many cards. It's just some decks are like that where they're just meant for you to hold. Which I love. But I thought I was going to read them, but it's a lot. That's what I was saying. It's like, oh, it's usually just a few cards in the messages, but this is a lot, and it's like too much to unpack, quite honestly. So I'm putting some back. I don't know where to stop and start, but I know it'll just feel right when I do. Okay, let's start here, and we can reshuffle. There's also a card that got left in, and cards I set aside up there. So we're starting with the Emperor. Okay, so I did personal readings yesterday. Usually if you book a personal reading, it's back in 24 hours or less, but that's, sometimes it'll be 48. It depends on the day. And I'm usually pretty straightforward about that, but either way, did personal readings yesterday, and I just was blown away how much the Emperor came up. Not the Empress, but the Emperor. And the Emperor is the Aries card. So I think there's something coming Aries season. It sounds silly. It gets to the point where it sounds redundant and it sounds like a joke, a lie, a lead on to keep hearing, oh, it's this and that. You'll know by then. And, in August, we're saying harvest season, Libra season. Libra season, we're saying, yep, we got it. It'll make sense. Aquarius season. Aquarius season's here and done came and went. And we're like, okay, I get the message. So now what? We still gotta just exist all of Pisces season. And then kind of see the fruits of our labor and the gains and all that. Like come Aries season, then we get the new narrative. This is like the worst time of year where half the planet is celebrating like a new year already. Like they think we're 2 months into the new year, and the other half is like trying to get through the last push of the old year, the last year. So it's a very off time where it drags on and it goes by fast, but it's, cold typically or stereotypically. So it's just one of those damn things. Just one of those damn things where I think come Aries season, as silly as it may sound, as much as we feel like it's played out and we didn't said that and already did that or know that or don't want to buy into it anymore, it's like it is right around the corner. At this point, we made it this far, and it's a new year, and we kind of knew, Page of Swords, that we could put in efforts for those last 6-7 months But Queen of Pentacles, nothing blooms until Taurus season. And we kind of already always knew that. That's the way the weather works. That's the way Persephone and Hades worked out their deal. That's the way that everything came to be, essentially, you know. So the star, Aquarius season. You'll probably get good news now, but then like you'll be movement, Seven of Cups. It'll be like movement come Aries season. It'll be ready to go. Page of Cups. A journey. You ain't swimming too fast, you ain't going too far. It's a little journey along the way just to kind of satiate until we get to Aries season. So while I shuffled a little bit, even though I already had cards out, this I put the Emperor that was left in the box down, and a card fell face down on top of it. So what's blocking us until Aries season? Because if it's face down, it needs to come to surface. It's not being addressed and it's not been brought up. So what is it? What's blocking us? I don't know these cards well enough to know what that is. Ace of Cups. You don't say. An ace of cups, I think, is full of water. You don't say. Okay. So, no, Ace of Cups is truly fulfillment, though. It is about having the right perspective, and it is about shifting the way you think or see things or perceive things so that you can accept what's coming. You maybe need to water your plants more. Maybe you need to drink more water. Maybe you're dealing with a water sign. Maybe it really is just about shifting your mind and it's about reprogramming. Like, I don't know. The Ace of Cups being the blockage is like not great. It's not great. That's not great. That's kind of annoying. That's what makes it feels like an outside energy. And we were having that conversation even before we started the tarot reading, where a lot of the blockages that are happening right now are other people. And part of the reason that is like we talked about, is because they don't know how to heal themselves. And so they like need someone. Yes, 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 yes. I associate a lot of the cups cards with alcoholism. Just like the swords are kind of like the even harder stuff, right? And like I feel like swords smoking is swords too, but yeah, no, I feel you. I feel that. Yes, like Eight of Cups, clear sign of drinking, in my opinion. So the Ace of Cups isn't typically associated for me, but the fact that it's presenting itself as a blockage, I think that makes perfect sense and is exactly it. So you got time, you got Pisces season to figure that out, and get it going. But by Aries season, we have to be on our path and on our way and in our lane, in our zone, in focus. We have to let those things go. The crutches, the emotional tie downs, the drama of will they, won't they, or whatever the fuck holds you down. Three of Cups here, celebrating only, victories only. We are coming together, uniting, Ace of Wands. Be excited for it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Knight of Cups. Time to be grown ass man energy instead of, Knight of Wands. Okay, so they're all just coming towards you. Cool. This is weird. Where did these come from? These were like facing the wrong direction or the other direction. I guess it wouldn't be wrong necessarily. Three of Pentacles making it work. Ace of Cups. Oh, okay. This was where we were at. So what's this one? Three of Pentacles is really okay. And Two of Wands. Divine energy there with the lions. Lioness. Emperor, Page of Cups. Okay, so moving on, we got the Magician. No, really, really, really hone in on what you're manifesting right now. Really focus your thoughts and understand what you speak into every drink counts. And understand that there's a lot you probably won't see if you're inhibiting with alcohol or even masking your emotions or holding back, bottling stuff in, just anything like that. We got Justice. Justice is Libra. So if you're a Libra or dealing with a Libra or Libra season, but it could just be that justice is being served. That's why it's like, what are you manifesting? Because you're very close to just like not only getting that. I feel like every time I break the deck, it's facing a different way. This is so weird. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, things are starting to balance out and really work. Um, that's great. Eight of Wands. Emotion, and then as soon as they do, emotions start pouring in. Oh, I feel this way and that way. I can't believe I did it. Why? Because now I got this and that, and you showing off, and you fucking like it, but you didn't like me enough to risk it all for me. You didn't like me enough to gamble on me. You didn't like me enough to be there at the beginning or to be the first one to say it. But then once it starts getting hot, once it starts popping off, then you want to? Bet you do. Who wouldn't? Everybody will, I'm sure. But that's just far from gonna work. That is a missed opportunity if I ever did see one. Seven of Cups. You think you got options now? Well, I just want to make sure you're the best option. Bitch, what the fuck options do you actually think you have? All you do is obsessively think about me, anyways. The fuck? The world. Everything works out the way it's supposed to, right? That's a stalker energy comes up. Eight of Cups. What did I just tell you about Eight of Cups was the alcohol. So somebody's drinking and thinking too much about whomever the message is for. And it could be causing you to drink more. Or you know it's you, right? And it's like, damn it. Getting called out. Um, the moon in reverse. It's not a Pisces, or Pisces is not in their element, not in their energy, or this is not going to be resolved during Pisces season. Not sure. So I know I said like uninterrupted ads, but as I was said something, my nose started to like get a little out of control, which is weird because it's like the first time all day. So I feel like, hey Jimmy, I'm about to roll some ads so I can go pretty much blow my shit out. But it's good. It's you came during a reading, so good timing. Um, Giving me crazy. Okay. No, is it sickness? I feel like it's allergies from where I'm at because the weather is fluctuating as much as it is. You get that full spring. Damn, don't tell me that. Get out of here. All right. Maybe it's sickness. Feels like allergies and chemicals in the air, though. Okay. So, what were we really talking about? Alcohol and stuff. Everybody got to quit drinking. Man, it ain't even that sweet. It's poisoning your bodies. I mean, what is really the point? Everybody got to quit drinking. That's it. Everybody. I want to. I went to the bar today and I did not have a drink. You know? Page of Wands, Eight of Cups. Emotionally stunted growth. To alcohol. Knight of Pentacles. Making you hibernate. Making you tie down and tying up all the money. It's funny with the zodiac is what made me laugh about that after the whole list. I love that. Where's your major Gemini placement, right? Like, are you a Gemini moon? You don't know, actually. That's hilarious. I love that. I kind of feel super polarized too because, like, my disorder very much acts like bipolar. And so I also check many of those boxes. They're like PMDD, where it's like sometimes I'm a raging Tyler Durden type psycho. And sometimes I'm like, love of your life. You cannot breathe without me. Lovely, ethereal being. But then also might kill you. But then also will save your life. But then also kind of scary. But then also kind of nice. Okay. And bisexual, not biracial, by gender probably. I guess I don't know what that really means, but at the same time, I'm any of them. For sure feel that. Middle child also. And it is odd because I'm very much 1 foot out the ready to be out the door type of person. And I'm an Aquarius moon, so maybe it's our Aquarius placements that make us like that, where it's like, I don't know if it's because I've always been stuck in the middle or having to choose and not wanting to choose that I feel like I'm just always ready to just go in the other direction. Is that some type of attachment style thing? Who knows? We've got the Wheel of Fortune though, so things will come around, and the Star. So Aquarius, but also like Aquarius season, and we're talking about a few days here. Things are gonna just start looking up. Ace of Swords, knowledge coming in, and the Fool, a journey. And the Four of Pentacles. Count those blessings so they may bloom. 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 Page of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Do not look the other way and get distracted. There's a distraction and it's trying to get you off your game. Do not be led astray by this distraction, okay? Focus on the prize. Not a race though. It's a leisurely walk across the finish line. Right? Like, just don't get distracted, don't lose focus. Just remember what we're in it for and what you're doing here and what your purpose in life is and all that nonsense, you know? I just flip this around. Six of Pentacles again. Hangman. World. Seven of Cups. Same old, same old. Two of Wands in reverse. The middle Pisces. So Pisces season is gonna probably affect the home life. Pisces season looks like it's gonna really break things up. Anything that didn't shake. Hey, guess who's back? Whoa, party started. Anybody who needed to leave that didn't will by the end of Pisces season. Like anything that needs to be removed from your life will get removed in the next month or two. You will know, right? You'll know who it is or what needs to happen in the next couple days, but you will also like more or less see it happen in the month to follow. Like Pisces season starts on the 19th of February. So once it's Pisces season and no longer Aquarius season, because Aquarius season is all about listening to that intuition. Well, good morning. Listening to your intuition and going with the flow and um, trusting your intuition. I don't know why I keep saying going with the flow. It doesn't sound like what I want to be saying. Um, Sometimes the flow is just a current though, and you don't actually have to go with it. You may see the flow go right by you, and that's fine. Maybe you want to be on the bayou. So, you don't have to go with the flow, but you cannot stop the flow, right? You may not course the flow. You may not you don't have to go with the flow. The flow will go without you. Yeah. Oh my God, definitely. Intuition is so important right now. Six of Swords. Rough waters ahead, but we'll figure it out. There's literally ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Nine of Swords, the Hierophant, Eight of Wands. Queen of Swords. Coming in hot. Queen of Swords did come in hot. What's up, lady? Yeah. Yes, you do. Especially, well, at least for the next few days. There was this message of like intuitions being ridiculously strong during Aquarius season. We saw it coming for months, and then like even people who are not practicing and not in tune with this stuff, I noticed people's intuitions were like, damn, how'd you do that? How'd you know that? I asked someone, I was thinking about water, and somebody brought me water. I said, hey, did you pick up mind reading or you remembered? And she was just like, oh, I guess I just knew, like I knew that's what you liked. And I was like, wow, the timing though. That's incredible. So people's intuition, even when they're not paying attention, is very strong right now. That's why it's like if you are paying attention and you're wondering, this is your sign that yes, it's true. A snake with legs. That's a Laurie Anderson quote. Language de amor. And then one evening, man and a woman went for a walk. And they came upon the snake. The snake had legs. The snake could talk. And he made little noises with his tongue. Like that. Four of Cups, Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Drowning at the bottom of that bottle, eh? What's the point? Three of Swords. Oh, my heart's broken. How old are you? Get over it. Heartbreak is awesome. It's juicy. It's delicious. It's like getting a fucking medium rare steak and not being able to fucking do anything but eat that shit. So enjoy it. Okay? It may not be filet mignon, but yum. The poetry The paintings, the absolute madness of the mind, the heart, the realities of everything being different, the process of forgetting, remembering, adoring, rejecting. Oh my God. Enjoy it. It's a feeling. Okay. It was a gold digger anyway. To get money. And now who look like an ass? When I'm in you. Yeah, she's a traveling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger. Way over time. To get money. You know, those kind of vibes. That's not always the Knight of Pentacles, but this deck, it for sure is. Yup. What's done in the dark shall come to light. So we're seeing it now. And the things that you're seeing, hearing, feeling, knowing now is what's unfolding. Eight of Swords. It's all coming together. That's what this is. Look at that. It's so ritualistic. So much by the moon. It's all coming together. Big Kronk energy, okay? Temperance. It's time to take a break from alcohol, period. There's no questions about it. We all need to have a dry, as this is going to sound like the most ironic shit ever. But a dry Pisces season. Pisces are like so alcohol. It's like if you gave all the signs a drug, Pisces 100% would have to be alcohol, right? Like they're all made out of like they're all 80 proof. I think all Pisces are 12% gay and 78% alcohol, you know? So is that only 90%? Because they can be 10% fish still. You know what I mean? Um, I'm not really doing the math still. Yeah, 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 yeah. Even little kids are saying some shit that's like, whoa. And the thing is, I really hate what I'm hearing because it's like, how could that be fucking true when my life is showing and telling me and doing otherwise? The fuck is this slow moving ass shit when it's clearly not so slow to fucking get to me? The fuck you mean? Okay, so anyways, what was that again? That's where I'm like, I guess I'll just keep doing the readings. I gave myself a reading. It's like, okay, you got this, whatever what everybody been saying for my whole life. I'm actually done getting it. To like, the fuck do you mean? Bring it to me, or no one has it. Boom, done. I'm done. God damn. That's my personal energy. Regardless, right? The reading. But I see the Hierophant and the Nine of Swords, and then the Hierophant. So that's exactly what I'm saying right now. Five of Pentacles. If not for the budget, look, Page of Pentacles. If not for okay, Five of Pentacles is financially burdened, right? He's very protective over what he has because it ain't much. And the Page of Pentacles is going after things that are not yours or trying to get things that do not belong to you. Yeah, I used my angel deck, so of course they're gonna say nice things to me. I need to use something more real than that, but I just would like to hear it from someone else. But again, it's like who heals the healer? The healer heals himself. So that's tough for me sometimes where it's like, okay, but now I seem like a madman if I'm just only trusting my own insight. That's literally when you get into territory of insane. But no one will. Everyone's just kind of like, but you know, you're the one and this and that. And I'm like, whatever the fuck that means, choose this, like what? Um yeah, crazy. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Look, reverse tower moment. Reverse tower moment. Everything's being built right. What's being built? No one's gonna tell me anything. This crazy. So I just scream at the sky. I'm like, God, what do you want me to know? And God's like, oh, you already know everything you need to know, and that you already know. That's your Aquarius season confirmation intuition energy. Cool. So it's just no different than the exact situation that I thought I needed to just let go of. That's right. God, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? God, what are you trying to teach me? What did I do to deserve this? Like that is where it's like, what? Um, yeah. It was warning you to start trusting your fucking intuition for Aquarius season. Swords are also knowledge and not just conflict. That's what I'm saying, where it's like, again, the messages are positive. It's just like, my life is not necessarily aligned with these messages and these ideas or ideals that have been coming up over the past few months, where I'm like, I'm at the end of my rope, just kind of thinking I'm letting go. I was thinking Wanda and Pisces was like a Fairly Odd Parents joke. I don't know if I went too fast for that one, but I realized you just meant wands probably. But um no, that's brilliant. Pisces is literally Cosmo and Wanda in one person. That's so fucking annoying. That's literally so annoying and so true. That is Pisces. Wow. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out because Pisces are like not dumb, but then like they're kind of the stupids of the zodiac. I'm not even gonna lie. I listen. I wasn't even the one who said it. I'm not the one who's saying it. I saw it in an astrology thread, and everyone was like unanimously just had to agree. Like, if somebody had to be the idiot, it's just gonna happen. We're sorry. We're sorry. So it's but then like they still can be savvy. They still can be real smart, capable, cunning, witty, charming, attractive. So it's like Cosmo and Wanda in one, where it's like, all right, Wanda, you're just having a little Cosmo moment. Put the Cosmo down, okay? Don't know if that's the magazine, the drink, or both. Okay, Wanda, let's go. Cosmo, you sit your ass down. That's Pisces energy all day. Yeah, no, that was brilliant. Love that reference you didn't mean to make. So, yeah, dry fucking Pisces season. That would be like quite the challenge. Just from February 19th to March 19th, 1 month, dry as fuck. I could probably do it. I wonder if I will. I think I should. I think there's something you don't. So I think there's something truly about that. Where it's like, even if you're not dealing with alcohol, I feel like there might be something going on during that time. I don't know if there's like a planetary transition or if there's like a feel your way like the day before. Um, I don't know. I got so distracted because somebody was so pissed off or something. Yeah, yeah. There's something about alcohol that is too weakening to the system. Yeah, I just do general readings for the most part. There's something about that alcohol that is too weakening to the system for whatever is going on, whether it's planetarily or like spiritually, or if it's like worldly going on during Pisces season, where it is the end of the year. And we are going to want to celebrate. And it's like all about, New Year's Eve, get fucking drunk that last day of Pisces season, but you've got to get through those weeks sober or you will literally get off calculations. Not even a drop of alcohol for like 30 days, or you might not make it to your desired timeline. That's crazy. That's wild. Okay, I guess yeah, no alcohol for Pisces season. At one time, I found a bottle of wine that was shaped like a fish, and I bought it and drank it for Pisces season, New Year's. I think that was 2 years ago now. I'm almost gonna tap out soon. It's already been 2 hours. I didn't think I'd make it this long, y'all. Thanks for keeping me company, but this deck is fucking awesome too. Knight of Cups. Judgment. Nobody's gonna judge you, dude. It's okay. I don't know. Knight of Cups is like a water sign man, maybe. Could be a parent or a father figure. Could be somebody who's just really learning grace and trying to become themselves, or wants to change their perspective, their mindset, and they're actually putting in the work and doing that. Someone in the midst of an evolution, right? Knight of Wands. That same thing happened earlier in the reading. Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands showed up with each other, next to each other. Knight of Wands again. Page of Swords. Distractions. Alcohol's a distraction. And a waste of money. Temperance is needed now. Knight of Swords. Cruelty towards the self. But Hierophant. Learning to cut that shit out. Doing better than that. Eight of Wands. Expressing your emotions in a more healthy way instead of feeling bad, sorry, or harmful towards you. Okay? And if the Hierophant means you don't figure that out till Taurus season, then so be it. It's only a few more months of maybe pulling hairs until you can say, whew, I'm glad I got out of there, or whatever the case may be. Knight of Wands again. Fire sign man, or just someone really passionate. Could be kind of like a twin flame resemblance, just because wands are coming up where it's like, do not get distracted by the distraction. We don't control the controls. Not a drop of alcohol. A drop of alcohol for Pisces season, or you will get off course. I know, right? Sorry, I wasn't even like thinking about it because I had someone else in mind, because it's like that applicable right now. Six of Wands in reverse. No one's winning right now. Here's the thing. Literally, I listened to like one tarot reading today, and I think he was a Pisces too. I'm pretty sure Minnow Tarot is a Pisces. I said, you know what? What's God's number? And I Googled it because I was thinking 777, but I wanted to confirm. But there's some algorithm, so it was 20, and I picked his video. Okay. And he said that people were commenting on the videos saying, "Oh, these all sound the same. This could have been a general reading." And he's like, "Yeah, pretty much everybody's going through the same thing." And he's saying the same thing that I'm saying now, where it's like the end of the year. It's like, yeah, everyone's tying off loose ends. Things are closing out, finishing up, end of cycle, because that's what's supposed to happen. That's why some of us were feeling that December, January, because we're like on the Greco calendar, rather than the zodiac calendar. That's fine for y'all. That was a very, it was constantly changing. Like, there was nothing that was closing out or finishing up at the time for me. It was very much a slight stagnation to my slow incline at the time. And this is like where we're, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where it's like everybody is really going through something right now. I'll probably go back to doing zodiac readings come March, where I come on here and lay out 12 cards from a couple different decks and just go through, try to be random so that it's more fair, and then just going through and doing zodiac readings because people like those, because everybody wants their own sign. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It always does feel like that. But I think it'll be some more for others because, like, for example, I've already been in front of alcohol and said no to a drink. I've quit drinking and gone longer than a month without any drops of alcohol. So I could care less, but someone who relies on it and drinks every day might feel more targeted. But we all still need to do it? These cards are face down and on the side, so it's like, um I don't know if somebody's doing like more than alcohol. My nose was not bothering me like this all day. Like I said, sneezed a few times because I was outside. The weather's changing. It's like that fluctuating pressure happening right now because it was sunny and 50 something, and now it's becoming like 30s and cold front gonna snow type situation. So like I always feel affected by that. But it wasn't really till I sat down right here that I started getting the drips. So if somebody's doing like drugs. Either way, I'm gonna have to go take care of this. I'm so sorry, y'all. Hey, you got this. We can go at least a month, right? It's okay. You got this. All right. Good night if you're leaving. 8 of Cups, remember? Really contemplate the whole not drinking thing. Figure out a way to cope now. Replace it with something else. Start making mocktails, extra ingredients, using fresh herbs if you have to, squeezing your own lemon juice, going through the process, drinking kombucha or non alcoholic beverages that are supposed to resemble alcohols. It's going to be a good time. Queen of Swords, taking action, at least making the effort, right? Ace of Pentacles. So you can secure the bag truly because there's no fumbling right now. Pisces season's the very end of the year. It's time to go. It's time to get it done, wrapped up, ready to fucking send out, send off. Okay. The Hermit. You've been looking within. You've been relying on yourself. Virgo energy right here. You've been doing the damn thing. You've been hiding. Now you're coming out do and want the world to know. Got to let it show. King of Cups. Coming out the water like, hey, I'm here. I'm home. Right? 8 of Pentacles. Being you. I want the world to know. You know, Eight of Pentacles, being true to the self. Three of Wands, singing yo song. Okay, like that's so good. And Hanged Man, never sacrificing yourself to the point of destruction ever again. Ever again. Together and it's all working out, it's all coming together and it's all working out, it's all coming together and it's all working out. And why would that be to the tune of Helter Skelter if it was true? Yeah, feel that. Six of Wands, Eight of Wands. Victory, emotions coming through. Yes, you're coming through loud and clear. You have lots of feelings you need to get off your chest, then do it. And do them direct. You don't have to get on here and fucking tell me how you feel about someone else. Unless it's me, then you'd be putting me in an awkward position to be exploiting it on the internet for all to see. But either way, if you're holding things back and holding them in your chest, bottling them up, emotions or thoughts, otherwise, it's time to let them out and let them go. Part of Aquarius season is understanding and knowing and receiving knowledge in the form of intuition or otherwise. So, even intuitively, if you feel like I can't hold these feelings back anymore, that's because it's intuitively the time to release that information and to share those things is right now. And I'm talking like the next few days because that's when everything's kind of like happening, going down. No one's going to trust you next month because the truth is being told and being found out. So whether you tell someone the truth or not, they gonna find out. Sometimes it's about the perspective that you keep. Yep, exactly. Me thinking it's okay for people to not really like me that much. What's up, source? Um, and then being around me anyway, like just leave it to the people who like me, okay? Like it's a weird, like I didn't realize the extent or the depth to which people were like not cool with what I do until they tell me like after they spent years or whatever. I'm like, thanks for wasting my time, I guess. Okay. Congratulations to you for having spent that much time with someone you think is fucking weird, but yeah, let's make it a me problem. That's bizarre. So, Four Pentacles. Digging in the dirt. Stay with me, I need support. I'm digging in the dirt. Finding places I got hurt. The Fool, it's a journey. You're going back, finding your roots just to go forward and continue. Ace of Swords, reiterating knowledge, and the Star, Aquarius season. So reiterating that trust your intuition, Wheel of Fortune. It's all turning. Look out of any window, any moment, any evening, any day. Six of Cups. It's for her pleasure. No, but really like pleasure, happiness, death, Scorpio energy, and also the end, carrying on, getting to the other side, crossing that finish line. And Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So what if you don't make the most money in the world? What's the worst that can happen? If you get everything else, do you need to get paid? That sounds shitty, actually. The Sun. Don't worry, it still works out, okay? Seven of Wands. It just might take more time to see all of the fruits of your labor. So just know that you've done enough work for now, and it's like maybe you're in a resting period, but it's all going to resolve itself. I like this deck a lot. The way they move. The lovers. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. I don't know why I just keep it going. Queen of Cups and Knight of Wands. King of Wands. Queen of Cups and Knight of Wands. So, sorry, I keep saying Knight of Wands for some reason, but it's King of Wands. It's not my angel deck. This is the Guardian of the Night Tarot. This is my new deck. The Dream Oracle. King of Wands is kind of sitting there like ready to go, but the Queen of Cups is coming at him, right? Like the Queen of Cups is coming in, diving in, or her presence is there, anyways. The Sun, things do work out. Focus on your manifesting, focus on your mind and what you're thinking or saying to yourself. Nine of Wands, I understand that asking for a lot means putting in a lot of work and maybe even, you know, pain and suffering along the way. You got to have strength. If you want the outcome that you seek, then you got to be able to handle the building and the experience of getting there. The Lovers, Gemini energy could indicate romantic situation. I'm sensing Seven of Cups. So somebody feels like they have a lot of options, and because they didn't make a choice and stared at their options for too long, their best option just became unavailable. Queen of Wands in reverse. Sorry, if you're going to sit there and hesitate as to which cup you want to drink from, you're definitely going to get lower quality taste. Sorry, Ace of Cups. A good drink knows its worth. Ain't that the truth? Four of Swords, retreat. Or let it destroy you. Up to you. Three of Swords, sorrow, heartbreak, and Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, you're really heartbroken about somebody, huh? It's skipping ahead for some reason. It's not letting me see what's underneath here. Because Five of Cups, something happened. This heartbreak, something happened where that's what caused the drinking. But it was something about Queen of Pentacles. So it could have been an earth sign woman or like something like that where you lose out on the Queen of Wands, then it is represented same way, like Queen of Pentacles still there, still on your mind, no matter what's happening, right? Like no matter how many tower moments, nothing deters you from this woman or whatever the fuck. So there's some kind of heartbreak. Yeah, it sent you into a spiral. Descended into madness. Oh my god. Well, okay. Okay. Yay. Well, book a personal reading. Maybe that's how we can talk about it all, because this is a lot. It seems like everyone's hitting personal right now, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hitting on a personal level for everyone. So it's hard to say, but we can definitely explore these ideas. The Lovers, Gemini energy again. If you are a Gemini, Eight of Swords, it's all coming together and working out. Reiterating that point. Yes, 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 yes. Nine of Cups. Some people will understand you. Some people will be there to support you. Some people will be patient and kind and know that it's just about time. The Tower. Well, good. If there ain't no tower to take care of, I'm gonna sit down and take a break. Goddamn. This thick ass pile for this Knight of Wands character. Okay. Right. Also might be speaking for you, not at you. Knight of Pentacles. It's Gold Digger energy. I don't know what. What is this pile? I don't know. Oh, this would be true. Um, This seems hefty, but these cards are thick. So yeah, Knight of Wands coming back with passion, coming back with feelings, coming back and admitting those emotions. But Five of Pentacles maybe not being like completely stable in the financial or physical sense, but offering like the emotional aspect of things where you're like, yeah, I feel fulfilled, I feel happy, I feel overly satisfied. I may not have everything in the world that I want or need, but like, I think Three of Pentacles, I could still make it work. As long as you're coming in with passion and you have that clear mind and emotional side and vulnerability and maturity, then you're right on time. Page of Wands. Okay. Eight of Wands. Again, emotions coming in, emotions coming through. And something seeing justice. It could be Libra, if you're dealing with a Libra or are a Libra, but something will be served. Justice will be served. Something will be served. Justice will be. Two cups. What are you going to do? It's love. Quit drinking about it. Do something about it. You don't have to drink about it. You just got to do something about it. The Hierophant, Taurus. Just do something. Nine of Cups. Once again, just got to stand up and do it. Doesn't matter who the fuck's watching. Doesn't matter who you think's going to judge you. Doesn't matter what the fuck you got going on. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to come back. As long as you say, hey, here I am. This is a checkpoint. I'll be back when I can. Okay. Instead of going fucking AWOL or trying to ghost or, failed attempts of ghosting. Anyways, once more. If you ghost someone, you have to leave without a trace. If you leave a trace, it's not ghosting, right? That would be doing a great disservice to Carol Baskin's ex-husband. So, yeah. Great. Sure is. These cards are never going to stop if I don't just cut them off. Y'all are giving me a damn headache. I gotta go. Swords, swords, swords. King of Swords, Five of Swords, Six of Swords. That's crazy. King of Wands again with the Queen of Wands this time. No more Queen of Cups for the King of Wands. That's just, there's no point. She's looking at you. You're looking ahead. No, what is the song? It's a Trip to the Closet. Gross. Is that R. Kelly? Gross. Okay, Page of Pentacles. Stop going for stuff that's not yours. If you ever want to find emotional fulfillment, start planting the seeds that you want sown so that you can reap what you have grown. Okay? Y'all, I think I'm going to go. I feel like blow my nose again. This is getting annoying. Like I said, it really wasn't until I sat down here that it started happening. And so I'm feeling like if somebody's doing too much, especially if you're drinking and doing that, like it's got to stop. Got to stop. Yeah. Chill. Real bad. Okay. So, anyways, I think I'm just gonna call it a night, y'all. Yeah. Like, oh my god, it's never gonna stop. And I'm so just like I was really excited to stream tonight and everything, but it is already late because I started late. Yeah. Three of Pentacles. It's all gonna work out. And I've been getting the craziest deja vu, but that's intuition. I'm like dreaming the answers and then I don't remember my dreams. So I'm like, God, what are you trying to tell me? And God's like, I already told you. Don't you remember the dream? And it's like, oh yeah, Three of Cups. So normal for this deck to give deja vu. That's literally the point. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. I love you so much. Thanks for tuning in to this very late night stream. I hope that y'all find some kind of clarity in your everyday living. I hope that we get through these weird times together, and I'll probably roll some ads. I'm not gonna lie, because it was a short stream, so we might as well get that money. All right. I love you all. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow, tonight, whatever you see it as, right? Once again, it's been a lovely evening with all of you, and I am your one and true only Illuminati Miss Dex, wishing you a very good night and lots of good luck. I love you all so much. Mwah!